Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime King, and I'm back with part 2 of What If Naruto Could Steal Powers from Other Anime Universes. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels if you're new. Yes, I indeed have 4 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, Anime Prince, guys. So go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So, to do a bit of a recap for the last part that we left off, Hiruzen and Saratobi visit a psychic ward in Konoha. This location was the home of Naruto. It has been since he was around 6 years old. You see, Naruto was a normal child up until he was around 6 years old, when he started to see things, when he started to hear things that others could not. He started to lash out, he started to become violent. He was a danger to himself as well, as he tried to take drastic measures to stop everything from coming in, all the noise and everything, but it was just so overwhelming. Thus, they had to lock him away. They believed that it was schizophrenia, but there was some of the results of the program that did not make sense for schizophrenia, making them believe that there was something else going on inside of Naruto's mind. While they could not view the entirety, they could view the visions that were there, and they were all messed up and confusing. They didn't make much sense. With that going on, Hiruzen and Saratobi had been visiting Naruto within the ward, keeping him company, making sure that he was adjusting. And after all these years, Naruto was now 12 years old. He started to adjust rather well, as Naruto started to become more incoherent, more understanding. So they gave him the bill of health to readjust back into society. Hiruzen brought him around the village, even showed him the children in the academy. Naruto questioned if one day he can become a ninja like them. Hiruzen told him that one day anything was possible. With that said and done, for the next couple of months Naruto started to adjust. They even got him his own apartment, even though he was under constant surveillance and constant watch. That was until the night that Mizuki decided to steal a forbidden scroll, and Naruto got wrapped up right in the middle of it. Mizuki, not wanting to take any chances, tried to kill Naruto, and he was almost successful. That is when Naruto tapped into something ancient, tapped into something otherworldly. A tree that spanned over trillions of branches. When he placed his hand on it, he wanted the pain to go away, and his flesh adapted, turning into gum. It was pink and gummy. Naruto's strength had even rapidly increased, and speed as well. Despite not knowing how to fight, he took Mizuki out rather easily, but he didn't stop there, as he released an energy blast that destroyed Mizuki. Hiruzen brought Naruto in as they tested him. The results were staggering. The next day, they did a physical test to understand. While that was going on, Naruto was struggling with the idea that he killed someone, and yet a part of him didn't feel so bad. As for his powers, Naruto explained everything about the tree, still not understanding the true meaning behind any of it or what any of it truly means. But Hiruzen warned him not to do anything without their permission. Unfortunately though, Naruto was a child that was curious. Having spent so much of his life locked away, he was curious about everything. He decided to tap into powers that he shouldn't tap into. He used the chakra that Minato and Kushina sealed inside of him as he ended up resurrecting them, necromancy, but he did not resurrect them properly because without a proper footing or a soul, Naruto brought back Hus, who were tied to his own emotion of sadness and his emotion of pain. And their emotion of love overwhelmed all of that, turning them into psychopaths that wanted nothing more than to protect their son by killing everyone who has ever harmed him by, well, doing any slightest things by simply ignoring him. Things became bad when the Anvu decided to investigate and Minato shoved a Rasengan right into him, showing that he was willing to kill without hesitation. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play check for yourself. So this will begin this new episode. Two Anvus appear on Naruto balcony. They sense the chakra build up. They arrived there to see their fallen comrade. Immediately, they went on alert. However, their breath caught in their throat. For Tokage, one of them said in disbelief, "That's impossible. You're dead." "I was," Minato said calmly. "But my son needed me, so I came back." Before they could respond, before they could process what they were seeing, Kushina appeared. She moved like a demon within the night. Not to mention due to their skin not being right, she did look like a demon. The golden adamantine chains erupted. They move, dangerous. "Mom, wait!" Naruto screamed. "Please, you don't have to," but it was too late. Her speed was far faster than they could react because the chain's numbers seemed to be almost endless. It ripped into them, tearing them apart. Kushina saw them watching over her son as trying to keep him contained like he was some monster. The slightest thing she saw as harming her child, anyone would ever dare to even come close to harming him would pay the ultimate price. As her chains painted the rooftop with their blood, anyone that harmed her child would die. She made that clear as she released her chakra. It was like an explosion, a shockwave that seemed to rip through Naruto's home and tear through the grounds. As they were on a very high building just to show the magnitude of her power. Immediately though, almost all the sensor types were alerted by this. As for Hiruzen Sarutobi, he was finishing some last minute paperwork when he picked up on the energy. But he knew this power all too well. But that's impossible. She's dead. Hiruzen had no idea what was going on, but he immediately decided to check it out, making his way, his other Anvus following him. Kakashi Hatake was currently making his way home after another visit at the cemetery when he felt the chakra as well. That's not possible, he said to himself. Not understanding what was going on, he decided to follow it. Even non-sensors had picked up on the chakra, but they lacked the information to know who it was. But her chakra was raw, potent, and deadly, terrifying in every single way. They all moved towards the same location, Naruto apartment building, and the scene that greeted them was pure nightmare. The bodies of the Anvus, 3 of them lying in pieces, gutted and torn brutally, violently in every single way. And standing within it all was Kushina, holding Naruto despite him looking terrified. She held him in a comforting embrace, rubbing her cheek against him. She seemed so sweet and motherly, despite her horrific image, not to mention those chains moving around behind her. "It's okay, baby," she said. "Mommy's here now. Mommy's going to protect you. No one, and I mean no one, is going to hurt you." "Please," Naruto said. "Stop this. You don't have to do this. They weren't trying to hurt me." "They locked you away," Kushina said. "They treated you like you were broken, like you needed to be fixed, but all you needed was your parents' love." She said to him, Naruto was ashamed and felt guilty. He felt guilty. This was different. Maybe the power did change him because when he killed Mizuki, he didn't feel this way. But now, he should have listened. He should have listened to what the Hokage said. He caused this. Those people, they probably had families. People that loved them as well, and he took them away. What kind of monster was he? As the envoys and Hiruzen landed along with Kakashi as well, Kakashi could not believe what he was seeing. Sensei? Huh? He had to lift his headband to see what was going on, but he could barely perceive what he was looking at. Hiruzen stepped forward. Naruto, what have you done? I didn't mean to, said Naruto. I just wanted a family. I saw them inside of me, their chakra was sealed, and I wanted to bring them back, and you brought us back. Minato said, there is no need to cry. He tried to comfort Naruto. Naruto had messed up. He used the all-seeing eyes to see that power inside of him. He then used the all-for-one to merge different energies together, to make them compatible when they should not be compatible. He then used the goal experience. He used that to give his parents' chakra form, as this ability can create and give life to things. And the last one, the human transmutation, the most dangerous one, a forbidden act, to give the death back life. However, without their bodies or their souls intact, he reconstructed them from energy, pure energy, and his own desperate sadness, which leaked into their resurrection. They were twisted by his own pain and by their love, and they wanted nothing more than to protect him, even if it means killing every single person within the village as they saw fit. We've come back, Kushina said, to fix what is broken. Our son has suffered. He was alone, locked away like he was some kind of prisoner. And you, all of you, you let this happen. Kushina, please. Hiruzen said. No! She shouted. We trusted you. Minato gave his life. I was a Jinchuriki before him. We both gave everything for this village, and you treated our son like he was nothing, locking him away alone in an orphanage and then locking him away like he was mentally wrong. He was sick, Hiruzen said. We were trying to help him, to keep him safe, by locking him away, Minato shouted, by keeping him isolated, by never telling him the truth. We just wanted to protect him, Hiruzen said. We wanted to keep him safe. There was already a lot to worry about. We did not want to put more on his mind. Please, Hiruzen begged them. You are to blame. And if you are to blame, this entire village is to blame, Kushina said. He grew up thinking that he had no one. Even you, she said, looking towards Kakashi. She spat in disgust. Kakashi stepped forward, please. I know you guys are angry. I know that you're confused, but this isn't you guys. The Minato I know, the Minato you knew died. And he had to come back because people like you, who I trusted, people like you who I trained, who I protected, left my son alone like he was nothing. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed to call yourself my student. None of you were there. None of you cared. You just put him away and left him alone even after all we've done. And nothing will ever change that in our eyes. You, all of you, this entire village, it is corrupted and it deserves to be cleansed. Kakashi felt pain from hearing Minato say that, as Naruto was struggling against Kushina. Let me go. This isn't right. They're just trying to help. They failed you, Kushina said. But we won't. We're here now. And we will never fail you. We will take you from this place. Hiruzen got serious completely. I can't let you do that. Whatever you're planning, whatever you're thinking, I won't allow it. You think you have a choice? Minato said. Seems you forgot who we are, Kushina said. Naruto is under my protection, Hiruzen said. And I won't allow you to hurt him or this village. Fine then. I guess we'll just have to go through you. With that, Minato moved. This was just pure raw speed. He crossed the distance within a heartbeat. Kakashi wasn't prepared despite having the Sharingan. The feet slammed in his face. The copy ninja bounced against the pavement, slamming against the railing as it broke. Luckily though, one of the Anvus grabbed his arm, stopping him from falling. Hiruzen blazed through hand sign, fire style, dragon flame jutsu. He wanted to separate Minato from the group. However, Minato went through hand sign so quickly, as Kushina chains blocked the fire. But that was not what Minato went through hand sign for. A powerful surge of lightning seemed to build. This wasn't any normal lightning though. Minato was not human right now. His body was powered by pure energy, so his techniques. Everyone had to leap away. The entire balcony was reduced to dust. Kushina jumped down using her chains to keep Naruto and herself safe. Immediately, she drew for them, the tips of them spinning and glowing with chakra. Minato created a Rasengan. They were going to slaughter them. Naruto started to lose it, as his mother held him tightly, but he refused to allow this to happen. Enough! He screamed violently. The need and desperation to stop this. Naruto tapped into another power from the tree. He didn't know what it was, but he did see a man that was dressed in gold. And time proceeded to stop. The power to stop time itself. Kushina chains inches away from the Anvus. Minato Rasengan going towards Hiruzen's face. Only Naruto could move. Everything else was frozen. He pulled himself away from Kushina as he looked around at all the destruction, to the building, to the bodies. It's all my fault. What have I done? Naruto said. What have I done? He felt pain, knowing that he was the one that caused this. He spent majority of his life locked away. These kind of things he was not used to. He was not used to these kind of overwhelming emotional sensation to know that he was the one that caused others pain. He was used to handling his own mind, handling his own pain, but knowing that he caused this because he would not listen. I'm a monster. This is all my fault. I killed them. I killed them, said Naruto, as tears started to leak down his face. He had to do something. He had to fix it. That is when two powers combine. The ability to reverse damage on anything, along with time stop. It seemed to complement each other rather perfectly. You see the bodies of the Anvus as Naruto looked at them. Everything started to reverse. The fluctuation of the time started to move in that pattern. It was a pink energy that surrounded the corpse. The dismembered corpse that were ripped apart. It was like reality itself was being rewritten. Space around the entire form started to shimmer and restore and distort as well. The blood flowing backwards, the flesh knitting back together, bones reforming, the body restoring to one piece. The Anvu gasped, taking in breath, before they were also frozen in time. As Naruto couldn't believe it. He saved them. He looked up at his parents, looking at their flickering form. I'm sorry, he said, tears falling down. I didn't mean to bring you back like this. I just did not want to be alone. I just didn't want to be alone anymore. Even frozen, he could see the love in their eyes, the genuine affection that they had for him. But he could also see the wrongness, the corruption, the twisted paranoia that drive them to commit such heinous act. You're not really here. My parents wouldn't do this. They wouldn't kill innocent people. They wouldn't attack the village they died to protect. You're not my parents, he said, as he hung his head in shame and sadness. All of this was wrong. A branch flooded towards Naruto and Naruto accepted it. He felt a power unlike any other. He didn't even know what this was, but it was strong. Time seemed to revert back to normal as Minato Kushina, and everyone looked confused as Naruto held his hand up. I'm so sorry. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Reality itself seemed to reject what he was doing as the ears scream, light bend, as Naruto erased everything within that area. Their bodies seemed to just vanish away. Not even dust, they ceased to exist. What they were never created. It was far different from killing. They weren't his parents. Everything was now back to normal, as Naruto stood there. In their final moments, they said it. We love you, Naruto. He felt it in his heart. The Anvus were confused. They were supposed to be dead. They were confused. Everyone turned towards Naruto, tears running down his face. I'm sorry. I didn't listen. And I brought those things back. This is my fault. Everything that I touch. Maybe I was better off locked away. Naruto, Hiruzen said. No! Stay back, said Naruto. He looked around. I don't want to harm you guys either. But you save us, Hiruzen said, trying his best to calm Naruto down as he saw that Naruto was on the edge of breaking. I shouldn't have been able to because it shouldn't have happened, Naruto said, if I had listened. These powers are dangerous. I am dangerous. Naruto looked away. I need to go. No, wait. Hiruzen said, You don't need to. You don't need to leave. However, Naruto's mind was already made up, and his body reacted. From his own world, power seemed to flood into him. I'm sorry. Wait, Hiruzen said, but Naruto's body was sucked into a vortex, and he was gone. Find him! Now, Hiruzen said. Every Anvu, even Kakashi, spread out. Unfortunately though, they couldn't find him. Not in the slightest. They had no idea where he went. On the third day, Hiruzen sent urgent summons to Jiraiya, as his people had scoured the land of fire, and Naruto was not there either. The legendary Sannin took a week to return, finally getting the message as he returned immediately. He arrived to learn everything. Jiraiya took a moment. Jiraiya knew that Naruto was in the institution. Hiruzen told him that he was getting Naruto, back to normal life. Jiraiya was glad to hear that because he would be back soon to see how far he has come. But this was not that's impossible. And yet it is. And it happened, Hiruzen said. I saw them. While not completely themselves, it was Minato and Kushina. Naruto has powers and abilities that simply doesn't make sense. We believe it was a big part of the reason why he was never a stable child, and now he's out there, powerful than anyone even knows. Afraid, alone. We need to save him and bring him in. He used some kind of spatial technique to teleport away. We searched the village and the land of fire, and we were unable to find him. He has to be out there, somewhere in the world. You need to find him, Jiraiya. Hiruzen said, knowing that Jiraiya is the only one that could take this job and do it. The Sannin gave a curt nod. He would. He would save him. He would bring him back. Without a doubt. With that, Jiraiya decided to head out right away to find Naruto and to bring him home. Time skip. Months went by. It was 6 months. Hiruzen Sarutobi sat within his office, staring at another report, the 3 words, "No sign found." 6 months, half a year of consistent searching, and Naruto Uzumaki was a ghost. Every lead that Jiraiya went on came up dry. Hiruzen even had his own movements going on outside, and still nothing. The boy had completely vanished. Hiruzen started to panic, mentally, knowing that Naruto was never strong mentally, and he started to fear that Naruto had taken matters into his own hands so that he would not be a monster. The thought scared Hiruzen, given the fact that there has been absolutely no sign of the boy. It seems like he's aged a couple years in these past months, as he massaged his temple, the weight of his failure. First, Naruto being locked away in the psychic ward. He was unable to save him then, and he's unable to save him now. But it wasn't just that though. Despite Hiruzen knowing that was not the real Minato, the words hit him deeper than anything else. He failed. It was their dying wish and he failed to protect their child. And now Naruto is unable to be found. And he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to find him. And it was tearing him up inside. Time skip. Jiraiya searched another lead, only to find nothing. He's been to around 15 villages already this month, but nothing. Naruto was gone, nowhere to be found. The world was a big place, but had he really cleared so much ground? Then again, the Hokage told him that Naruto used some kind of spatial manipulation technique. He could be halfway across the world by now, and moving constantly. How would they find him? Jiraiya was sending out feelers within his spy network, giving them information, making sure to keep it on their wraps. It would be extremely bad if the world knew that an extremely powerful child was out there searching for acceptance, feeling bad. They would come out of the woodwork trying to manipulate him, not to mention, if they ever to learn of the 9 tails, they would hunt him to the end of the earth. Back at Konoha, Kakashi Hatake watched his students spar, Sasuke, Sakura, and Sai. Minato words were still on the frontal part of his mind. "You're a disgrace. After everything I'd done for you, after everything I taught you, you abandoned my son when he needed you the most." Was it true? Had he failed them? Yes, he knew about Naruto, and yes, he believed that he was getting the proper help. What else could he do? Then again, he never once checked in on him when he was at the orphanage. Not even once. And Kakashi felt bad. Yes, he felt bad as he stood there, taking all of that in. "Sensei, are you okay? You seem distracted." Sakura questioned. "I'm fine," he lied. "Just get back to work," he said. "We have a lot to go over today." As he tried to push that part of his mind to the side and get back to training these children. Meanwhile though, at the land of iron, a snowy mountain peak, Naruto sat on the mountain top. He should be freezing, but he did not feel it. The ability that he was currently using, ice manipulation and temperature immunity, as he was calming himself. Given the amount of time that has passed, Naruto had learned quite a lot. As he started to feel connections with the power, it was strange. He could tap into strange powers and he could feel the glimpses of the person that these powers came from. It was unusual and strange. Whoever she was, yes, it was a girl. She was a general. She could control ice with absolute authority. She thrived in the frozen wasteland. She was also ruthless though. He also saw dark blue here. It wasn't just the power anymore. He started to feel the person that wielded power. As Naruto started to realize that these people are not from here. Whatever he was tapping into, it was something ancient. In the past 6 months, he learned that the tree was alive. Yes. Whenever he sat against it, whenever he reached out to try and understand it, he could feel a hum. But Naruto wasn't allowing himself to accept it because he was afraid that if he did, he would be a monster. He didn't know why, but it was just what he felt. However, 6 months of wondering, 6 months of trying to truly forgive himself, trying to truly learn, he decided that it was for the best. For the best to truly understand everything. He was afraid, but he went through with it. He closed his eyes as he came across the tree. Almost instantly, it hummed once again. Naruto rested his hand on it. "What are you? Where am I?" he said. For a long moment there was nothing until... Child. The tree did not talk with words, but Naruto could understand it. "So you can talk," he said. "I have always been able to speak. You are just not listening." The presence of the tree felt so heavy, so ancient. Like the mind could not truly understand what it was. So vast, so unending. Why me? What is this? Why am I connected to you? Because you are not entirely human. Naruto blinked. What? You are a fragment of me. I don't understand. I'm a human. I'm a boy. Naruto was confused. "No, you are not. You are a fragment. A piece of me that was separated a long time ago. Wandering for a home. For a chance to return, but instead, you did not. You found home inside of a woman, Kushina Uzumaki. Her and her husband, Minato Namikaze, were trying to conceive a child, but it wasn't working. You truly did not understand what you want. Because it is not in our nature to understand the emotions of humans. Yet, you choose to go with her. The desire to return back to once you were. So small a piece you were that you lacked the true understanding of how to return back to what you once were. Even though you were just a speck, you contain vast understanding of everything and everything that will happen due to our connection. Yet, what you are choose to say with that woman. I must say I truly cannot understand why. I don't understand, said Naruto. You forgot what you were. The tree responded to him. Eons ago. When the realities were forming. When I stood at the birth of it all. My branches spam into different realities. Each of them a source of every single power. A connection through all. I am not a source that can be stolen. Because I am just a conductor, a connection. And so are you. But along the way, you fooled yourself into believing that you were human. You gained emotions, understanding, something I cannot fathom. You thought you were losing your mind, but in actuality, you were simply seeing and perceiving everything at once. Your mind starting to adjust back to what you once were. No, I'm not a fragment, said Naruto. That's impossible. I'm just a kid who got unlucky. who had the 9-tail sealed inside of him, and it messed up my mind. You have no tail beast inside of you. What? That mark on your stomach does not represent anything. As I said, you are not human. The moment the beast was put inside of you, its energy was snuffed out. Because you cannot contain anything, just like myself. You are a conduit. You can become now. Because a part of your fragment has merged with the essence of humanity, allowing you control in ways that was never possible before. What you were witnessing was the multiple realities of everything. That is why you believe that you were losing your mind. And your human psyche was weak, unable to truly process everything due to your body being in a form of stasis for too long. It wasn't able to adapt. It wasn't able to understand. And when all of that came back, it fractured you, turning you into a shell of your former self. Former self that was me. Naruto started to cry once again. So I really am a monster. I'm not even fully human. You are what you choose to be. In your way of allowing that woman to conceive a child, the power that flowed through me and through you constructed this human form of yours. So while you are a fragment, you are part human. But the question now is, what will you choose to be? Will you choose to accept your nature? Will you choose to return? No, I don't want that, said Naruto. I don't want to be a tree. Fear. That is from your human part. I feel no fear. I feel no emotion. I simply exist. And that is what you were once before, but it seems you've become more human than you thought. For a moment, Naruto was tempted to not carry this burden, to not feel in everything, to just be, to let it all go. Now he understood what happened with Mizuki, why he didn't feel so bad. When his connection with the tree returned, his human side was suppressed. That is why he did not feel bad when he killed Mizuki. But seeing his parents brought his human side back out, and that is why he felt so bad, to the point that he had to run away. And now he was left with a choice. He thought of Hiruzen's kindness, of Inoichi's patience. He thought of his parents despite everything. He thought of everything that he's been through so far. No, Naruto said, I don't want that. As you said, I'm part human, and I choose to be a human. Maybe I'm not completely, but I'm human enough, and I feel things. I care about people, and that is all that matters, Naruto said. As he thought about his parents, the love that they had for him, not the pain, not the confusion, but just their love. And that kept him going. I'll learn to accept myself, said Naruto. Not as one or the other, but as both. Naruto looked up towards it. The tree did not have any problem against that, because as it said, while it was alive in a conventional way because he was the only one that could actually talk to it, it didn't have emotions to feel anything about what he was saying. 2 weeks later, a small village in the land of rivers. As Naruto walked through the street, dressed in a black cloak, getting money wasn't exactly that hard for him. As he started to learn more about his abilities and what he can do, Naruto realized how vast they were. Some of them felt wrong. Some of them made him feel powerful, but some were just unusual. However, something was wrong with this town though. He immediately noticed. People moved through the street with their heads down. They did not talk to each other. They did not make eye contact. There was so much fear in the air. Just himself alone, Naruto was able to observe things, the tiniest details. As he was making his way, A woman. She called out to him. Psst. She said, psst. Getting his attention as Naruto walked over. She beckoned him inside. Upon inside, she proceeded to close the door. You need to leave this place. Right now, she said. Before they see you. Naruto was confused as he looked at the old woman. Before who see me? Reiga, she said. The fear in her tone as she whispered the name. A former member of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen. Him and his gang has taken over these parts, without most people knowing. And anyone that steps out of line dies. Anyone that goes up against him dies. Anyone that tries to speak about his actions here, their entire family dies. It's best if you leave and never come back, she pleaded with him. The old woman was simply a kind soul that didn't want to see more people being oppressed. Naruto was surprised to hear this. Why don't someone stop him? The civilians can't. There's no ninjas around here, and everyone is too afraid that they will lose their family that they just keep quiet and take it. Naruto was quiet for a while. I'm not leaving. Are you insane? You will die. No, I won't, said Naruto. I have the ability to do terrible things, hurt people I care about, and I run away from responsibilities. That is the entire reason why I'm out here, he said. The woman was confused. Maybe, if I can do good, prove to myself that I am a good person and a fragment. You're just a child. You have no idea the dangers that you're facing. By just even thinking about this, he has an army behind him. Man and woman that he has subjugated over the years to rule by his side. Please, I'm begging you, just leave. Naruto took her small hands and smiled. I'll stop them, I promise. Time skip. 2 weeks later, Jiraiya arrived to the same village. Unusual activities from one of his spies had reached him around these parts. Reiga Kurisuke, one of the former 7 Ninja Swordsmen, was dead. Not to mention there was 53 others that died that day as well. They were all killed in unusual ways. Some were impaled by weapons that, well, the metal could not be found in their world. Others had been burned so completely that not even ash remained. Others had broken down into substance it was hard to understand. Jiraiya arrived as he spent the day trying to get some information when he came across the same old woman. She knew that he was a ninja. I'm looking for someone. A boy. Blonde hair, blue eyes, whisker. He saw it. The recognition in her eyes. The people were keeping it a hush-hush, but she seemed to know more than, well, others. And what exactly are you looking for him for, she said. She wanted to know. She didn't just want to say it. He's my godson. Jiraiya did not know why he told the truth, but it seems like it was all the woman desired to truly tell him what was going on. And she looked at him for a long moment, seeming to believe in his words. He was here. Not only that, he saved us all. How? Jiraiya said. These parts were controlled by Reiga Kurisuke, she said, and his gang. They were doing their nightly activities. It was a sign of power and faith and trust. That is how he viewed it. Trust in us to not go and talk when we should not. Recently, one of our members tried to get in contact with a larger force to aid us. Unfortunately, though, Reiga found out about this. That boy you speak of, he stepped out of the crowd when everyone else was afraid to move. Reiga demands everyone to be in the town central when he commit these atrocious acts. When Reiga demanded that he stand down, the boy would not. Reiga is a sadistic man. He slit the young man's throat right in front of everyone. Jiraiya eyes widen. What? No, not the one that you're looking for. The other one that was searching for aid from the other villages and greater forces. But I don't know how to explain it. One moment he was bleeding out, the next he was just okay. But it wasn't that. The young man that you're looking for, he started to say strange things. He said that it would be better if he stopped feeling. He said that it would be better if he locked everything off for this moment. And his eyes, they became so cold, so empty. That is when the sky lit up with strange weapons. Swords and spears that I've never seen in my entire life. They rained down like storm and cut down everything in their path. They split the earth and destroyed everything. Not a single one of them harming any civilian. But Reiga, man, though, they were picked apart. And then he used flames. Fire that burned black and then white. He seemed to burn the very air itself. Most of it I never thought was even possible. As for Reiga, he had those special weapons of his that could conduct lightning. When he hit the boy though, he converted that lightning into a tiny ball and swallowed it. And it seemed to flow through him, making him even stronger. Reiga did not stand a chance after that. However, the boy that you're looking for, he didn't seem to be the same anymore. He didn't just kill Reiga, he beat him. Ruthlessly and brutally. He beat him. And the look in his eyes, it was like he felt absolutely nothing. Did he say where he was going? Did he say anything? No, he vanished away right afterwards. Jiraiya thanked her and proceeded to leave, his mind racing, knowing that sooner than later more about this would start to spread. But he questioned to himself though, just how powerful was Naruto? Time skip, a week later, Naruto was holding a sound shinobi by the head, going through his mind. The incident with Reiga was one that shook him. Seeing the kind of people they were, feeling the malice and rage and darkness within them, Naruto went into that state. Similar to what happened with Mizuki. He stopped feeling, and without that he could do what he wanted. He summoned the Gate of Babylon weapons. Yes, weapons that could simply rain down. Not to mention the ethereal flame. He could also disintegrate. So much power had flowed through him. He could also change molecules as well. All of these powers connecting to several different realities. It made him feel more connected with the tree more than ever before. And when it was done, he felt nothing. No remorse, no hesitation. It was strange. Even though he could feel once again, he didn't feel that bad. Maybe connecting himself like that truly shut him off to what he was doing at that point, and it would never change. However, he still wanted to do good. He came across these sound ninjas terrorizing a group. But there was something though, as he found some information on them. Information that had to do with Konoha. So he decided to go through their memories. He decided to go through their mind. Image flooded his mind as he saw this ninja and several others. They were being spoken to by their higher up. Turns out that he was deep within the land of rice field, near the sound connecting underground tunnels. Naruto was surprised. Orochimaru of the Sannin was planning to invade Konoha. He was surprised to hear that. He pulled deeper. Dates, numbers, strategic combat, positions and everything. But this person was not that high up. But at least he knew that he was going to attack at the finals. If this was real, Orochimaru would launch a full-scale assault along with the Sand Village. Naruto erased the memory of him being there. The ninja would have no recollection that he even met him. His eyes glazed over as he collapsed unconscious. Naruto stood, making his way. He would have to face Hiruzen. Face the ones that he abandoned, apologize for running away, for what he did. Naruto thought to himself. But he had used this time well to truly understand, to truly grow, to truly control himself. As Naruto stood there, maybe it was best that when he did save them, he leave. Due to his connection, he could feel the multiverse. He could feel the realities. They were infinite. And he could draw power from every single being in these realities. But not only that, he felt it, he feel like he could just slip into them. Maybe that is what he should do. He was a source, a conduit. Maybe he should travel through them to learn, to understand, to visit these worlds where people can erase you with a thought, where people can snap you out of reality with a finger, where people can recreate you and reconstruct you like that. Perhaps that is the best thing that he should do. The only other person here that he was close to was the Hokage. Yes, Inoichi had helped him a lot, but he didn't have much that was keeping him here. But there were so many others out there. So many to explore, so many to look into. So many to understand. He was not sure what he would do, but for now he had to help his home. He had to help Konoha as he made his way. But guys, to be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.